See, look, it's a phenomenon that's going on right now.
Tell them about the phenomenon.
The phenomenon is black everything,
Yeah.
which it's been like that for a while, but now it's on YouTube. Next day, you're gonna go straight to Cape Coast.
Yeah.
You're gonna go see the slave dungeon.
Yeah.
Right. You're gonna go cry in the slave dungeon. Then you're gonna come back.
None of that. You see, I didn't do that.
None of
I
that.
said I'm gonna do that later.
She's chilling with the people. It's a
with the
difference.
people.
You know.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's baby. She's everybody's baby.
She is.
Come and get right with me.
Come on.
Get up, let's celebrate.
Get up.
Coco is baby.
Yeah.
She's everybody's baby. Come and get right with me.
Come on.
Get up, let's celebrate.
Hey guys, and welcome to Coco Strandz TV. I got a special guest with me today. My homie here in LA goes by the name of Stacy, a barber on Crenshaw. Here he is, y'all. Hello, give him a...
What's up, everybody?
So today he's going to give us a rundown, you guys. A great story about his journey to Ghana, Africa, basically all over Africa. He's going to give us his insight on his experiences, his plans, his career as a barber, and anything he wants to talk about. So Stacy, give us a quick overview of your start in barbering first in LA, how you got into that.
I started cutting hair when I was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle had left some clippers at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so I tried to cut my hair, mess it up, so I cut it all off bald. My grandmother came in the room, my nana came in the room to wake me up and went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But from then on, that's when it started. I actually thought that I started cutting hair when one time I went to Rogers Park over in Inglewood, and I had cut my own hair when I was like in the 7th grade.
Wow.
And then 3 8th graders, Rico, Peter, and the homie Calvin, they kept asking me, who cut your hair, who cut your hair, cut your hair? And I was like, me, and they wouldn't believe me. So I was like, just come to my house and I cut yours. They said, okay then, yeah, we coming. So 2 of them came to my house. Well, they all 3 came and I cut 2 of their hair. And that's when I thought my journey started, until I looked back at some old pictures in elementary school. I was like, oh my God, I've been cutting my own hair ever since then. Because I remember, when you see the picture, you remember everything about, you know, what happened back then.
Right.
So that's when it started.
That's crazy because I got in trouble at like 5 years old for cutting my bangs.
Yeah, people
Why do we
always do that. A couple of my kids did it too. A couple of my children did it too.
That is so weird. Why do kids do that? I did that, y'all, and I got in trouble. But anyways, that's a great story. So after that, I'm sure you got into adolescence, adulthood, and then you made it a career. When did you find out or realize that you wanted it to be a career? This is something you can make a living at?
It happened in, well, it carried on from junior high to high school. I ended up cutting the principal, Mr. Crow, hair one time.
You got the principal?
Yeah, I was doing the most. Now,
wow.
because I was cutting everybody hair, and I was the basketball guy out there. Everybody was trying to hang out, and you know, I made my mom's house almost like the kicking spot. Really, everywhere I went was the kicking spot.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that.
Okay, popular guy.
It was another guy in town that got mad. This guy named Jerome Ming Lee, because I was taking his customers or whatever. He's an actual professional barber. He does men and women hair. He walks up to me like, "Are you Stacy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you the one?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's your problem?" He's like, "Are you the one around here cutting everybody hair for free?" And I was like, I didn't really know how to answer that because I'm in high school.
Right.
It's a grown man coming at me. He's a little on the other side. He's a little on the other side. But then when he asked me that question, it just threw me off. Because he's like, you cut everybody here for free? And I'm just like, what does that mean? And then he was like, listen, I got a house note, car note. I got to pay for my shop. I got to do this. You around here taking all the customers and cutting everybody here for free. You know what I'm saying? So he spazzed out on the campus. So I was just like, yo, chill out. He was like, listen.
First of all, chill.
Yeah, hold on. He said, what I want to tell you is, you might not make it to the NBA, but a man always has to have a trade.
Yeah.
He always has to have something that he does with his hands. You know what I'm saying? Either you a carpenter, plumber, whatever. But you, my man, you got good work that you can do with your hands. And I'm telling you, with them hands, you can always take care of yourself. So if you ever need some help, come to me. It's a barber college right next to me, and I'll hook you up. He was like, well, you need to come to If you cut that good, you don't need to go to barber school. Come to where I go and just go get your apprentice license and come work in the shop with me.
Yeah.
Man, hurry this process up, man. If you cut like that, you did your own hair yourself. So that's how that process happened, and that's how I ended up getting into the hair business professionally.
That's amazing, because it's weird because you really wasn't even looking at it like that. Like, you could tell you just really love to do it. You were just passionate about it, and what you were low key doing was just giving yourself practice and
all the
giving your
time.
own self education. And even though it was free, you probably was like, damn, I didn't even look at it like that, because I was enjoying just making people look better.
That's how it comes.
So that's weird, because I just want to share with you that that's very similar to what happened to me, because I'm a licensed hairstylist.
Right.
And I started at like 5 years old when my nana's hands was cramped up. She would ask me to press her hair, and she would trust me and show me how not to burn, and show me how to do the grease and everything. But anyway, well, thank you for that wonderful story, Stacy. And so let's fast forward a little bit. And the reason why I am here also is because Stacy has ventured to Africa, but he stayed way longer than me, guys. He stayed like 10 whole months. And I want to back up and just kind of get your story on when was the awoke. That's the best way to put it. When was that awoke light came on? Because a lot of times we're, as African Americans, we're here in America and we sleep. A lot of times don't know who we are. We participate in a lot of colonialism and a lot of brainwashing of the white man. And there's a moment when you just like get it and you're like, wait a minute, right? When was that awoke moment for you?
I think it happens in stages.
Yeah.
And
But what was the most
times.
important stage when you feel like it was a real like?
The most important one, the first one, which probably is the most important one, when I was like, I think I was like 8 years old. My two aunties, they always involved Lynn and Tuesday Connor. They were part of the Connor collection with my auntie Doris Connor, my grandmother's sister, where they made fashion designers and actresses. Like they in this collective called Inner City.
Okay.
They've been here for a while, and so
it's like a club
of actors and actresses, like Fame, like how they used to have Fame a long time ago.
Okay, yeah.
They had a building by USC called Inner City.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I mean? With different rooms with different things going on for performing arts,
talents, and
performing arts school.
Got you. Okay. All right.
And so, my aunties put me in this parade with the Egyptian stuff on. Me and my cousin Tony, rest in peace, Tony Connor. We were pharaohs. And so basically we just did that, and that was that. When I went to school the next day, we had a teacher at 52nd Street Elementary School that used to wear the turban. She always had her African clothes on. Very beautiful sister. Kind of had the, the Nefertiti kind of look. Very solid. Everybody loved her. And she just came up to me and she was like, I want to talk to you. So they called me on my classroom. They called me into her classroom. I always have moments like this. And she's like, listen, I saw you in the parade. You were marvelous. Oh my God, do you know what you were doing and this and that? Do you know who Osiris is? Do you know who Isis is? Her real name is Aset. Like, I'm 8 years old and she's telling me this. And then she's like, she started going on the chalkboard and doing her thing, right? And started trying to give me a very small explanation of what I was doing. And then she said, I need you to be in this play. So we were having a Black History play, and it was about this slave that was getting set free. He was running from the plantation, and he said he wasn't coming back. And she wanted me to play this guy. So I played the slave that had to run away from the plantation and say he was never coming back no more. And I had to do it like, the whole week. The city came, I had to do that. And it was like, for some reason, they love my ending when I say I'm not coming back and all this old type of stuff. So,
I know that's right.
That was one of the moments. Another moment, I was 15. I moved out to Rancho Cucamonga. When I moved out there, one day I was hanging out with them dudes, and they started talking about the 5%ers. What's today's science, God? You God, and all this old type of stuff. Awakening. And so it just kept happening. And from that moment, that's when I was always catching on to certain things. And then when I got out of high school, one of my little younger brothers, Myron, he hit me and was, I started asking him about the 5% lessons. He was like, oh, I got him right here. And then we started going over that. And then they call him the father, 13X. He was a member of the Nation of Islam. He took the supreme lessons and the supreme mathematics that was taught in the Nation of Islam. And then started teaching just specifically those lessons to certain brothers on the streets.
Wow.
And so that's where, in short, that's where 5% lessons come. And it's basically saying that you're a God body. And that the black man and the black woman and the black child is basically the image of God made manifest, so to speak.
Right. Do y'all research on that? Okay, so we can continue with the lightning story. So we did the play, and then they started talking about the 5%ers.
Yep.
And you got.
From there, that's when the American black consciousness that everybody is, a lot of people don't understand outside of America. They're starting to understand now because of all the videos and stuff like that, but they didn't understand because the black people in America had got their everything taken away from them, which we all know, but let's just be specific. Their nationality, meaning that they don't know which people they come from, they don't know their tribe, they don't know their customs, right? And creeds, and certain things properly. Like that. They don't know what they ate. They don't know what religion that they worship, and so everything, their burials, all type of stuff like that come along with who they are as a people. They lost all of this stuff. So when we do get these conscious people, your Malcolm X's, your Noble Drew Ali's, your Marcus Garvey's, Elijah Muhammad's, there's plenty more. The Black Panther Party and Kwame Nkrumah's, and these different type of people. Well, Kwame Nkrumah, he was over here learning. It's a difference. He was here learning. And he took the lessons here and took them back over there and wrecked shop, and look what he did. So he was one of the guys that was over here that was hanging out and just listening and seeing what was going on, and was like, us Africans, are we really that important? You know what I'm saying? How is it that these guys know so much about Africa and they never even been over there before? I was told that when I was in Africa, and when I was told, how do you know so much about this? How do you know so much about that? How do you know so much that you never been there before? Because we love it so much that we study. I study it for years and years and years. Years. And so,
absolutely. You gotta learn about yourself. That's why I tell all my subscribers and my followers, you gotta read about yourself. Like, just read. Reading is fundamental. It's not a cliche. It's a real thing. Like, you literally can change your life through books, and your life can improve through education.
Right.
Like,
see, right now,
you can't just sit there and be looking at Instagram all day. You gotta read.
See, look, it's a phenomenon that's going on right now.
Tell them about the phenomenon.
The phenomenon is black everything, which it's been like that for a while, but now it's on YouTube. It's been like that in America already, but you guys are just now seeing it full-fledged. And so you have, we the black Jews, we the original Indians, we the original this, we the original that. It's because black people was the first people to traverse the world, and they set up shop amongst the world. It just is what it is. And so with black people in America losing this, when we start getting a little piece of it, you almost go crazy a little bit. You know what I mean?
You go through stages. Like, I went through stages where I got a little angry because I
That's
just
the first
recently
stage.
had an enlightenment. Like, I would say 3 years ago, I started to realize the stuff I was doing was very much colonizing, about Caucasian brainwashing, and just the fact that we've done so much and built this country off of our blood, sweat, and tears, and really the whole world is getting rich off of black people from all over the world. And the fact that we don't see it is irritating me. We don't work together. We can fight each other. We the ones that's hurting each other, so it's like everybody's on us. Like, how are we gonna be on ourselves if everybody else on us, stealing from us, stealing our ideas, and then we still hurt ourselves? So it's irritating me. So I'm just like, you know what? Only thing I can do is just promote us in the better light.
And do something about it.
Do something about it and invest. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna invest in my people. I don't care if they rude. I don't care if they ain't got good customer service. I don't care if they late. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I don't care if they more expensive, $10 more. Like, I already know what that is. It's because they not getting the best prices wholesale. Because the Asians and the hair company don't want us to. That's how they send their kids to college, off of us.
Everybody does.
So they're not going to give us the best prices. So it's like, you know what? So let's get into you in that time. Where do we get all of this? When do we venture over? When did you start learning who you was, your blood? I remember you saying your dad has African heritage, right? And you started to dig more into that and learn who you were as a man, your blood and African. So let's jump into that. And give us
well, within all of this, learning of self through all of these stages, you get to the, I would call it not the final stage, but you get to the stage in America where now we have things like Ancestry.com, right? Not to for the DNA. I'm talking specifically where we can type in our grandparents' names, and then the deed of where they lived at is going to come up, where they worked at is going to come up, what school they went to, what high school, if they traveled out of the country. All these things are coming up, and then we go to our great grandparents, and all this stuff will start coming up. So now, I was one of the people almost 10 years ago that started to look into this amongst my family and started finding out certain things about my family, right? And then started linking up with other members of my family.
It's always pioneers.
It's always there are other pioneers that's already in Africa. They doing their thing right now.
Before us.
But watch after this video happen. Watch what happened after that. Watch what happened, because we have things we have to talk about. Now, how I got over to Ghana. I got over to Ghana by on the internet trying to figure out about cryptocurrency. Ran into a brother that had his own crypto bank that he was starting. His uncle ended up having the biggest private bank in the world. And the person that he had appointed at that time to be the president of the bank, she was the Queen Mother over in Africa, over in Ghana. I was a bank manager after being with the company for a while. She went on my social media and saw what I was doing with my Indian nation here, and asked me if I would do business with my Indian nation here and with the kingdom that she was under in Ghana. Which of course I was like, she was like, that means you're gonna have to come over there with me. I'm like, oh yes. I was supposed to be going to Ethiopia to visit my bro, but I'm like, let's go to Ghana, because I was kind of thinking to myself that if it was any place in Africa I wanted to stay for my own studies, it would be there, because they're more like I'm not gonna say Western, their music and stuff like that, their dance styles,
more like,
everything.
A lot of them, know English, and I would say they're more Americanized. Yeah, I would. But not all the way.
Because you kind of wasn't in the city like that, but you're going to hear reggae all the time. You're going to see the black excellence painted certain places. You're going to see Garvey painted up. There's certain things you're going to see, but you're going to see Rastas. It's just certain. It's a certain thing you're going to see. Not saying you won't see it anywhere else, but it was just a certain thing. I knew that I was going to get over in Ghana.
Okay,
that I got.
Amazing. That's amazing. Okay, well, also let's get into the time where they made you stew or.
That was like,
that? All of
I gotta talk about the great King Oyanka. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
But on my father's side, they had a family book with all of the names and everything going back to the 1600s, and us coming from Ethiopia, from the Gala people. They called it, which are the Oromo people.
Wow, that is amazing. And so what that did probably was spark, like, I gotta go.
But that sparked that. And then one of my best friends is already over there right now, doing amazing things over there. He's been over there for the last 5 years. He's kind of a quiet person, so I don't want to put his business out there.
That's fine, yes.
Michael Kamel is his name. His name is Michael Kamel. He is one of the greatest people in the world, and he's doing great things. You should reach out to him.
Let's get into that. Let's get into anything you want the people to know or promote, or let them know what kind of business that ventures you're getting into in Africa. Anything you could tell us?
On export and import.
Okay.
In short.
Okay.
Dealing with
for business.
Yeah,
America to Africa.
I'm trying to do oil, trying to do rubber, trying to do cocoa. I have shea butter already. I have iron.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And you're getting all that stuff from Africa, right? Okay. You're trying to move it here to America.
I want to move it to different places and different people that need it.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
My first deal that I had was going on was actually with a guy from Dubai.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
one of the other brothers who were in steward, Nii Afeeomomo, His Royal Highness Nii Afeeomomo, he was over in Dubai, and he had the brother call me because they wanted to get some stuff to America, or actually get some steel from America to over there. But I say, why not when you can get it from Ghana, which is closer.
Exactly. If they gave us, boy, that's why they try not to give Africans all the tools, because we would literally bankrupt the world.
Yeah, we easily see that. I can easily see that when I come over to Africa.
They know
I'm
that.
like, oh, we have everything. I'll just use this.
Right. And that's why they want the world, Europeans and China and all the world, they don't want to give Africa the access to certain internet. They don't want us to have access to certain companies. This, it make it hard for us to get a visa over there.
It's the same thing.
It's terrible. We don't need the world. The world needs Africa.
Yeah, it's the same thing going on over here that goes on over in Africa.
Absolutely.
We can all do it ourselves, but for some reason,
It's
we feel white is right.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's gonna end though.
Oh,
I
that's
think the
like
400 years.
that train has been going down, and it's about to click in their minds. You know what I'm saying? We can just do everything ourselves.
You can't be evil your whole, forever.
No, you can't.
It's not gonna work.
You know what?
You can't be evil forever.
I'm getting older now, and it's like there's some things you got to start realizing.
Right.
My buddy right here. Y'all see that? His name is King Oyanka, just like it's written right there.
Wow.
He's the young king of the in God West of the Abola Piam Royal Way Council.
Wow.
And he linked the Abola Piam Royal Way family house along with the Yamassee, who is Akyem Akyem, because he has Akan ancestry and he also has God ancestry. So yeah, I'm also in the book. So he wrote a book talking about his history, talking about some of the stuff that we did over there. If you flip through it, you also see that I'm in there.
Marcus Garvey, all that.
Yeah, so within me going over to so when I went over there, he had sent the letter already saying that we was gonna make you an ambassador of the kingdom, which I still am. But actually, when I went over there, he was like, you guys are in stewardship, and I'm like, I didn't really look this up too much. Let me really look up what stewardship means. And then I was just like, hold on, is it what I think it is? And then when it happened, the day that we you got to go through all of these rituals, all these celebrations, a lot of stuff a lot of things going on. It's an honor. There's a lot of stuff that was going on. I had to watch everything that was going on, learn. I was asking questions. A lot of stuff that was like, just watch and learn.
Yeah.
Right? And then when he sat me down, and then he put the sword to my chest, and then he said, Nii Afeeomomo. His name is Nii Afeeomomo, right? Tunnmaa I. So the Nii means a chief or a king, right? So when he placed the thing and he made me repeat it, and he said, this is your holy name, everything just opened up from there. Like everything opened up. It's like everything opened up.
I'm sure that was very
all type of stuff happened.
Very honorable.
Yeah, we did certain rituals and stuff like that. It was so fun. Yeah. I'm gonna say 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, my body started getting used to it. Yep. After a month, my skin started, I got so dark. I knew it was gonna happen, but my skin started getting used to the heat where I wasn't sweating so much. Because I saw you when you had the fan the whole time. But you see, I was watching you with the fan. But mom was sitting there. Your mother-in-law is sitting there. She's sitting there under the heat, and she's not sweating.
I'm like, y'all, it was a joke for me to put a wig on, like I told them. Like I should, what makeup, what wig, what?
Yeah, I'm not putting on none of that. I just put on straight Muslim garbs. You just put that on.
So what is your actual title? Like, give us the whole title, name, like what do they call you out there?
It's Nii Afeeomomo Tunnmaa I.
Wow, and you are a
chief of the Abola Piam Royal Way and the Yamassee Alliance.
Wow, that's amazing. So with that, I'm sure it comes a lot of responsibilities, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you just give us like a couple? Because I know you have to probably still learn your role and get more used to it, and when you go back. But can you tell us like a couple of things, like your responsibility?
Well, my responsibility with the kingdom is doing certain businesses where I will be representing them. Now, first I was representing my Indian nation, which I still do, because I'm still home. Yeah. But I have African blood. Yeah, I'm going to represent Ghana as well. Yeah. But the first king of the gods in Ghana in 1510 is King Ayi Kushi, which has the last name Kushi because their descendancy comes from Kush.
By the way.
Comes from Kush, from Ethiopia. They claim it all the time. They say we come from Sudan, Ethiopia.
Okay.
Most West Africans will tell you their migration story about how they got there.
Okay, got you.
You understand? And when I was there, they were telling me their migration story.
Okay, got you.
They give you the certain traditional shirts, they give you the traditional hats, everything. They explain to you what certain things mean.
What's going on? Okay, and what stuff came from? Okay.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Wow. So one of the responsibilities are doing the business for the tribe or for the kingship.
For
what would I
instance,
call it?
right now I want to set up business for the kingdom. With California. We call it have sister states. So the kingdom already has a sister state with Washington D.C. or excuse me, Maryland, my home state. Then we have a sister state with Georgia. Then I'm here, so now we make a sister state with California.
That's amazing.
So that's the next move right now, and that means that the kingdom can do business back and forth with Los Angeles. Just like how I was watching Mayor Garcetti, who was our past mayor, who I was helping on his campaign, me and Mikhail Kamel, right? I noticed that he could just go over to China and do his thing just as the mayor of the city and do business just for the city of Los Angeles.
Wow, I didn't notice that. Wow, there's ties there.
Yeah, so...
Well, is there anything else that you want to mention?
Yeah, I want to talk about, what I want to talk about is, I appreciate when I saw your videos.
Oh, thank you.
How you, you guys have to understand, she wasn't in the city life. She didn't get the city life.
I wanted to stay with the locals. I didn't want
She went hours out,
Yep.
right, to visit her family.
Yep.
And then when she went to the village,
Yep.
right? And she got right to it. She
Right to
came
it.
and brought gifts to her mom-in-law.
Nothing luxurious.
And got right to cooking.
Yep, I did.
Right? She got right to see the realness. So
Yep.
it's
She
one
had
thing.
goats and everything, bro.
It's just it's one thing
She had
to see
goats
cows and stuff
chickens.
walking down the street and to
In
see
her
the realness.
backyard was the beach, bro. I'm telling you, he took me to the backyard. I said, "Where we going?" He said, "Come here." And then it was stones and then the water. I said, "Dang."
Do you notice how everywhere you go is sand?
It's just sand. It was
Everywhere. Even if you go,
we in Cape Coast.
if you go miles even out the city in the crowd, it's still sand when you walk around. The kids walk around in sand. Sand
Because it's
everywhere.
all on the coastline. You guys, it's so beautiful. You guys, America do not tell y'all how beautiful Africa is. But
Okay,
anyway, go ahead.
So now when you was sitting there making the food and you was getting in, you have to like go see the people. Like when I was there for the first 3 months, they was trying their best to keep me inside. They don't want you to go outside. They don't want you to get sick and all this old. Ghana is the most peaceful people in the world. Let me tell you, I walked in all of the neighborhoods, everywhere. I stayed in Osu, right? We stayed in Achimota. I stayed in Sapima. I stayed in Hacho. I stayed in Adenta. East Lagoon, you already know, America House over there. I'm missing a place. I love going to Naheema. I love going to Medina. Yeah, we stayed by Medina. Macola Market, Naheema Market. It's just so much. It's so much.
See, you was there. See, he was there for 10 months. I was there for 7 days. So just imagine how jealous I was.
So look,
like when I left, I'm like, I need to come
No, but most
back.
people don't. My people will come and then they're gonna go to a regular restaurant. You're gonna go try to get some jollof rice and some shit. They go and get the bare basics. But you went from the airport. You passing by people. The same thing you do over here in America. You get in the airport. You go passing by people. You're gonna go to your hotel.
No.
You're gonna go to your hotel, you're gonna be looking at people, or you're gonna go to the swimming pool in your hotel, right?
Nope.
From there, the next day you're gonna go straight to Cape Coast.
Yeah.
You're gonna go see the slave dungeon.
Yep.
Right? You're gonna go cry in the slave dungeon. Then you're gonna
I
come
ain't
back.
gonna do none of that. You see, I didn't do that. I said, I'm gonna do that later.
She's chilling with the people. It's
I'm
a
with the
difference.
people.
You know, the slave dungeon I went to, it was in Jamestown because I was going to Jamestown just to try to get to the beach to get away from the palace. I was trying to get to the beach. But we had to go from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting. That when they finally went to Dubai, we took off. So we was like, bam, freedom. So that's when I went to Jamestown.
Yeah.
As soon as I got to Jamestown, brother named Kwame, as soon as we got out the car, he was like, hey, let us take you around. Like, I don't want nobody taking us around, man. We got this on our own.
Right.
He was like, please, I got a lot to tell you. I'm telling you. And then he was like, and my donation go to these kids right here, all these kids. I work with them. We was like, oh, okay, give us a tour. It was beautiful. He took us around Jamestown, I think Dutchtown, Germantown, Bridgetown. It was like they was all next to each other.
I gotta go.
Oh, it was amazing.
Let me tell you, I got so much content to get when I go back. Like, I'm finna be everywhere. And I'm gonna call you and be like, hook me up, Stacy.
Man,
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, because when the next time I use my money to eat and stuff like that, and to travel and get stuff from my head and to talk to people and to talk, converse with people.
I'm in the streets. Like, we was walking.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm in the streets.
In chochos and taxis, like none of that.
Yes,
Like,
amongst all of us is you're gonna see all of the love that we have amongst us, and you're gonna see all of the other stuff too. So get ready. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all. Africa's beautiful. It has this little thing that you're not gonna be used to, like plumbing. Like most of you used to the plumbing.
I took cold shower every day at Cousins.
Yeah, sometimes I'm in the best. I'm in the best hotel, and the shower come out cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
That's what
cold
I know.
Water and stuff like that. Unless you really like pay for all that, they don't be worrying about no hot water. They not used to take a hot shower like us. There's a couple other things, but I think things are worse.
They are, but the majority is like nobody really tripping like that.
Nobody tripping like that. So, well, thank you so much for noticing that. And yes, I made it very, very, I wanted to make sure I did that.
Right.
And just the last day, he surprised me with a resort trip. And that's the last time. That's the only time I had like luxury. And it's because it was a romantic goodbye for us.
Right.
But that was beautiful as well because we was in Elmina.
And
he was romantic. We had a ball. But that was the only time. And other than that, he had me in the streets, child, and just getting to know the community and everything. So I knew Stacy would understand, and that's why I had him come to this interview.
Yeah, I understand.
I had to. But if there's anything else you wanted to share with the people, let them know. This interview has been very informative, educational. We appreciate it. And is anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I would like to just say to the Black Americans, the African Americans, quote unquote, that you need to understand how important that you are, and where you will be appreciated. Like my brother Mikhail, he wants, and he's gonna be the first African billionaire, as far as like an African American that moved over there and became a billionaire over there. Like my dad asked me, their money, it's not worth as much as ours over here, huh?
Please.
It's not about that. It's about us taking our stuff over there and then keeping it there. Their money is good there. I don't have to use it to come back here. I can make sure everything is good there. The businesses that you can start as an American over there, it's just like, it's unlimited. It's land, but I'm talking about just businesses. Open up a business, open up a shop. It's to us, it's very cheap. To them, it's expensive. To you, it's not nothing.
Yeah.
So all of you that call yourself bosses and all this old type of stuff, I don't understand how you can have millions and millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you don't have no place of your own as far as a bunch of land or a place where you can be accepted as a chief or a king and actually put some things down and really do something for some people. You're still a nothing over here. You know what I'm saying? You still have to beg. You're still happy to go to the White House. But Meek Mill's go over there, ride on his motorcycle, and the next day he's in the White House. Idris Elba goes over there, he's at the
the president?
No, it's called the Jubilee House. You know, right? He was at the Jubilee House, right? Then Idris Elba goes out there. He's at the Jubilee House, right? Kwame Nkrumah, he's not so uptight because he understands us that Meek Mills and them can have their t-shirts on and stuff like that. He has questions he want to ask you, young man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely.
Donald Trump had Kanye West in his office. Why can't he have Meek Mills?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. But anyway. Take your money to Africa.
Yes.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
You gotta set it up right. Okay, well, you guys, I've had a great time with Stacy. So we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna end the interview. Thank you for watching Coco Strandz TV. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we're gonna have you guys check out Stacy's page as well. I'm gonna drop all his information in this description below. Thank you. Peace out. Africa for the Africans.
Africa for the Africans.